Before toilets existed, humans still had to go every single day, everywhere. No toilets, no plumbing, no privacy. So what did people actually do? The answers range from clever to absolutely disgusting. Early humans simply went outside, away from where they slept and ate. Leaves, moss, and smooth stones became some of the very first forms of toilet paper. It worked, but it wasn't exactly hygienic. Disease could spread easily in early settlements. Around 4,000 years ago, the Mesopotamians built something surprising to actual toilets. These early toilets connected to simple drains that carried waste away from homes. It wasn't glamorous, but it was a massive upgrade from squatting in a field. Around the same time, the Indus Valley civilization went even further. They built actual underground sewage systems running beneath their city streets. Each home had its own private toilet connected directly to the city's drainage network. This was nearly 4,000 years before most of Europe had anything close to it. Wealthy Egyptians had wooden toilet seats placed over simple sand-filled containers. Servants will later empty and clean the containers, a job nobody wanted. The poor, of course, had no such luxury. They used the same outdoor methods as generations before them. Rome had public toilets, long stone benches with holes, side by side, completely open. No walls, no privacy. People sat there together, talking, like it was completely normal. And here's the part that breaks people. There was no toilet paper. Instead, there was a shared sponge on a stick. That same sponge was used by everyone, over and over again. Yes, really. Wealthier Romans avoided this and used wool or sometimes feathers in private. Rome also had impressive sewer systems, some of which still survive today. Then came the Middle Ages, and in many places, things actually got worse. Most people used chamber pots, simple containers, kept inside the home overnight, and every morning, those pots were emptied into the streets outside. This is one reason people often stayed close to buildings and paid attention to what was happening above them. Wealthier homes had something slightly better. A garderobe, a small toilet room built into castle walls. The waste simply dropped down outside the castle, often into the moat below. Yes, that same moat that helped defend the castle could also become incredibly unsanitary. Many streets had open gutters running through them, carrying waste and runoff. Disease outbreaks were common, and nobody fully understood what was causing them. Bathing was often less common than you might think. Perfume sometimes became more popular than cleanliness itself. Even at the Palace of Versailles, with all its luxury, proper plumbing was still limited. Nobles sometimes relieved themselves in hallways, corners, or behind curtains during large gatherings. Then, in 1596, a man named John Harrington built something revolutionary, an early flushing toilet. He even installed one for Queen Elizabeth I. But the idea didn't catch on right away. For nearly 2 centuries, very few people adopted it. Then, in 1775, Alexander Cumming patented the S-bend pipe, the key invention that made flush toilets practical. The S-bend trapped water inside the pipe, preventing foul smells from coming back up. A simple solution, but a genius one. A century later, Thomas Crapper helped improve and popularize flush toilets for everyday homes. And yes, his name is one reason a certain toilet-related slang word became so famous. By the late 1800s, flush toilets slowly started appearing in wealthier homes across major cities. But flush toilets created a new problem. All that waste needed somewhere to go. In 1858, London's river became so polluted that the smell was overwhelming. The event became known as the Great Stink. The crisis finally forced the city to build a modern underground sewer system. That project became one of the foundations for the sanitation systems many cities still use today. So from leaves and moss, to shared sponges, to chamber pots dumped into the street, the journey to your toilet was a long one. It took thousands of years, multiple civilizations, and one truly terrible smell crisis to get here. Next time you flush, remember someone, somewhere, was once stuck sharing a sponge on a stick. So tell me, out of everything in this video, which method disgusted you the most? Comment below.